Good morning from day 59. Temperature dropped a little bit last night. The forecast is for clear skies or clearish skies and sunshine like for most of the week, but temperatures are going to drop a little bit and then get up again towards the weekend, next weekend. But with my little bout of sickness, definitely felt the cold last night, but I do feel like I'm on the mend, so that's good. But that's why hiking in the puffy at the start this morning. So we've got about 50 miles to the start of what's known as the Virginia Triple Crown. So I mentioned it yesterday. It's Dragon's Tooth and McAfee Knob and Tinker Cliffs, three highly anticipated sites, and it looks like the weather's going to be great for them, so that is awesome. So the aim for us is to get there kind of midweek, so that we're not dealing with day hikers and weekend trippers and the thought, just to try and minimize the crowds, because again, very, very popular. And so that means probably 3 kind of 12 to 15 mile days, and then we'll get there probably Wednesday, and then it's like 30 miles to go through that section. So that'll probably be maybe 2 15-mile days, or maybe a third day if we want to stretch it out. But again, we'll see what it looks like when we get there. And then we will probably be taking a 0, or maybe even 2 zeros in Roanoke, because Roanoke's supposed to be a very nice town. A few of us are keen to see it, but also it'll be maybe 6 or 7 days of being out here, so maybe a little pampering might be what needed. But yeah, we'll see how things go. So we've got the whole tramline tow at the moment back there. So Sassafras and Lumberjack and Blessings and Gadget. We kind of camped separately last night. So Gadget and I in one campsite, and then the others a little bit further back. Gadget and I have been very slow starting this morning. And our plan was to walk to the shelter, which is in like 4 miles, and then have a proper breakfast rather than just the snacks we had as a primary breakfast this morning. So that's our plan, but the others have had a nice leisurely coffee break and stuff apparently when they started very, very early this morning. But yeah, fun. Very much enjoying this section, despite my little bit of a cold or whatever. And hopefully I'll get to show you some nice sights. Happy hiking. Walking along the side of the river here. Rather nice. Goes all the way down there. Yeah, lovely. Of course, the moment I take that video, the trail immediately switches to go straight uphill, away from the river. Now, Far Out does say that there's a nice road walk you can do that goes along by the river, and that this is basically a 2-mile stretch of pointless ups and downs away from the river for no valid reason. But hey, that is the AT. So that's that little section done. I can see excuse me, I can see a little bit of the far out complaints in terms of instead of a nice river walk, we did a bunch of silly pointless ups and downs, but it wasn't terrible. Certainly by this stage on the AT for northbounders, you absolutely shouldn't have any problem with those ups and downs, unless you're carrying an injury or whatever, and then again everything's going to be tricky. But yeah, I mean, it does feel like a little bit unnecessary, but again, so does a lot of stuff. It's not really, I mean, it was a lot of this, so fairly pretty, but not necessarily anything spectacular to write home about. But I guess that's a little bit of what we've settled into now, in that day on day most of the scenery is within the woods part is relatively similar, and not that you take it for granted. I think, as I've talked about before, like there's still beauty to be seen in all of the views that you come across or whatever. But there are large stretches where you're not necessarily on autopilot, but you are kind of just cruising along, just trying to make sure you don't get caught on a branch like that, or or roll your ankle or something. So again, it's not that it's boring or anything. It's just that you become a little bit kind of immune to what's going on. And that section there was a classic example. I couldn't really tell you anything special about it, just by having just gone through it. Did seem to be a lot of blowdowns, and considering how close it is to the road, I would have thought it would be something that could be relatively easily maintained, so they could get workers up there to hack away with some chainsaws and clear it to make it a little less clambery, because whilst most of them were okay for me as a guy at like 5'9", 5'10", 5'9", like they were fine, but if you're shorter than me, then it's going to start getting to be a little bit of a problem. But yeah, I mean, now we've come kind of back down, and again, lovely little river walk, and it's beautiful with the river line here. So I don't know if they needed to, wanted to add some miles or some elevation, or maybe there was a land rights issue. Maybe somebody owns parts of the land that it's going to go along. But I agree, it would be nice to have had a nice cruisy little walk along here for a couple of miles, but it's not anything too much to complain about, in my opinion. But again, everybody hike your own hike. I mean, this looks like a cool bridge. Let me navigate the swamp water here. Look at the size of this bad boy. Looks like there could be some nice camping down around here. A little bit of a stagnant pond there, but yeah, nice little spot there. And then big old bridge. There's the river, upriver, and I think this is the parking lot where, or the road crossing, whatever, that we followed the comments and far out to say, hey, skip that section. It might have brought us out here, but yeah. Interesting. Don't know if we pop out here. Sometimes it's difficult to tell where the trail is, but I think it might be over there. both ways. Yeah, that's the trail. Huh, okay. So here we are up at Wind Rock, looking at the sunset. Oh, that's Gadget up there. And it is a little bit windy up here, but there's some good camping spots down here. There's Sass and Gadget there. Then I'm down over there. And then Lumberjack and Blessings are down over there. So it's a lovely little camping spot. Now I'm just going to watch the sunset.